For 22 years in Hollywood, I learned a secret about trust. The secret to making an audience fall in love with a character isn't showing their strengths, it's showing their flaws. Think about it. Tony Soprano, Walter White, Don Draper, these are some of the most beloved characters in television history, and they are deeply, deeply flawed. We don't trust them because they're perfect. We trust them because they're real. And yet in business, what do? We hide our flaws. We curate our wins. We create a highlight reel of our successes and we pretend the struggles do not exist. And we wonder why people don't trust us. Today, I'm going to show you why the number one reason people don't trust you is because you're trying too hard to be perfect. And I'm going to show you how to fix it in less than 5 minutes by owning your biggest flaw. This is part 2 of our deep dive into the first letter of my only framework, O. Own your story. So we've all been taught to be professional. You have to be perfect. That to be an expert, you have to have all of the answers. That to be a leader, you can't show weakness. That's a lie. A lie that keeps you playing small. A lie that keeps you from being relatable. A lie that makes you a commodity. So let me tell you about my client, Asaf. Asaf, he's a real estate investor in Albany, New York. He owns about 100 properties. He does property management, construction, hard money lending. He's built a solid business, but he had a problem. He told me, I have a very thick New York City accent. I come off a little bit rough around the edges. He's Israeli. He's direct. He's aggressive. He calls people's bullshit. His own words. And for years, he thought that was a weakness. He thought people wouldn't trust him because he was too blunt, too intense, too much. He told me, Israelis are like cactus fruit, thorny on the outside and soft on the inside. And he was hiding the thorns. He was trying to be softer, more polite, more like everyone else. But it wasn't working because it wasn't real. Maybe you're trying to do the same thing. Maybe you're too direct and you're trying to be diplomatic. Maybe you're too analytical and you're trying to be creative. Maybe you're too quiet and you're trying to be the loudest person in the room. You're hiding your flaw. And in doing so, you're hiding your power. And Asaf told me a story that changed everything. He was in a business deal that went bad. A partnership with 3 other guys, his architect, the architect's brother, and their friend. They were building a shopping plaza. The friend screwed it up, wanted out, and then sued them for $350,000. They went to mediation, 6 hours, $500 an hour, getting nowhere. So during a break, Asaf went out and got everyone shawarma. Halal plates from up the street. White sauce, red sauce, right? All the things. You know the shawarma that I'm talking about. And these people had never had it before. They were licking their fingers. Then the opposing lawyer walked in and said, "My client just left. This is really screwed up. You're wasting our money and our time. We're proceeding with the lawsuit." Well, that didn't go well. But Asaf said, and these are his exact words, "Why don't you sit your ass down? Don't talk to me that way because you don't know who the hell you're talking to. I'm the boss here, not you. I have nothing to lose. Your client's a piece of garbage." The lawyer sat down. Asaf laid out the truth for 15 minutes. The mediator said, "You got more done in 15 minutes than I did in 6 hours." They settled the case for $60,000 and not the $350,000 the partner wanted. Asaf's flaw, his directness, his aggression, his refusal to sugarcoat the truth, was the thing that got the deal done. His wife told him, "You throw apartment talk 16 different ways, sideways to these tenants, and by the time they leave, they sign the lease. Give you $1,000 and walk out like, what the hell just happened?" He's a Tasmanian devil, a good tornado. And that's not his flaw. That's his flag that he plants in the ground every day. Your flaw is your flag. It's the thing that tells your ideal clients, I'm the one for you. It repels the people who aren't a good fit and attracts the ones who are. Perfection is forgettable. Your flaws are what make you memorable. So how do you turn your flaw into your flag? Well, you tell a flaw story, and it has 3 acts. Act number 1, the flaw. What's the thing you're hiding? The thing you think makes you unprofessional or unlikable? Are you too direct? Are you too analytical? Are you too quiet? Are you too aggressive? Write it down and be brutally honest. Asaf's flaw? I come off rough around the edges. I'm too direct. Act 2, the struggle. Tell the story of a specific time your flaw caused you pain, or a specific time you used it to solve a problem. Don't just say, I'm too direct. Say, I once told an opposing lawyer to sit his ass down in the middle of a mediation, and it got the deal done. Asaf's struggle? He thought his directiveness would make people not trust him. But it's the thing that makes him effective. In Act 3, we got the lesson here. It's the lesson. What did you just learn from that struggle? How does your flaw now serve your clients? Asaf's lesson: people come to him for advice because he tells the truth. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's not what they want to hear, they trust him because he's real. I told Asaf, do not chase being the best. There will always be somebody better, somebody bigger, somebody with more zeros. Be the only. Own your directness, own your cactus fruit personality. That's your edge. That's a flaw story. It takes your biggest weakness and turns it into your biggest asset. So if you're tired of pretending to be perfect, if you're tired of hiding the very thing that makes you powerful, if you're ready to plant your flag and own your story, I've created a free tool that will help you do it in less than 8 minutes. You can find it at findyouronly.app. It's the only statement generator. Findyouronly.app. It's 8 questions that will help you uncover your only statement. It will help you find the flaw that is secretly your flag. It's the same process I took Asaf through. The same process I used for 22 years in Hollywood to create characters that audiences would trust, follow, and love. Not in spite of their flaws, but because of them. So go to findyouronly.app. That's findyouronly.app. Answer the 8 questions and discover the story you're meant to tell. Because people don't trust perfect. Nope. They trust real. Be the only. Be the $2 bill.